I think the state does not understand the implications of what they're doing here. The legislature in Sacramento is simply looking at numbers overall and looking at, well, we can cut this much here and we'll cut this much here.
When the list came out, they were talking about the parks are on the list because of historical significance, or lack of, I guess, lack of attendance. Historical significance, you got the Santa Cruz Mission is on the list, Jack London State Park, one of our greatest Northern California novelists. I mean, you want to talk about historical significance, it just doesn't match up.
This governor has got a laser focus, good, bad, or indifferent, on cutting as much as he can and then creating new revenue packages. And unfortunately, the impacts to state parks are quite devastating.
Out of the total deficit, state parks are losing a mere $22 million a year. This little cut, which is just a fraction of a percent of the deficit, was more than the park system could take. Out of the 279 state parks, California is closing 70. That's 1/4 of all the parks in the state, and 50% of the historic parks.
The criteria that they used to choose the parks that they put on the closure list was relative attendance, i.e. less attended parks tended to end up on the closure list, less revenues ended up on the closure list. They tried to select less significant resources from a natural and cultural perspective. That said, when you look at the list, it's a little hard to imagine that they really thought that they succeeded in that latter category of avoiding significant natural and cultural resources. You know, there is no good list here. And that's a tribute to how amazing these parks really are. That we as Californians have inherited a park system that has treasures in every corner, in large parks, in small parks, in cultural parks, in natural resources, in coastline, in mountains, and there's not a lot to spare there.